Oh, God. A little tired. Alright. Now we could do that, but we do have another thing to do as Banjo. And like, well, I mean, once again, we do have to come back here anyway. Oh, and actually, come to think of it, I don't think we can do that. Well, I'm not going to climb back up there. I think that might actually be something that Mumbo has to turn on. Come to think of it, so we will go and get him first and do his stuff. Right? Oh my, those things actually lead you pretty well. I think that we need Mumbo to turn it on before we can do it. Guess we'll find out. I don't remember how those teeth hurt you, I just know that they can. But I don't remember if it's because, like... Oh, also with the pack whack, if you jump, use it, you can jump again. Which is honestly probably the only use that it has. Because as you saw with me fighting the other guy, not that useful. You get the shit beat out of you a lot when you're trying to kill stuff as just Banjo. But yeah, this is another split up, which unfortunate. Come on. Now I don't know what the point of the shoes are. I think that even though Banjo's standing on it, I think that it's still a crap. I think that it's still on a timer, which is why, damn it, why you need the shoes. Come on, don't die. I only got one hit left. There we go. Oh. And up we go. As you can see, when you're Kazooie, oh god, damn it. Well, whatever. I got the jiggings. That's the important bit. So it doesn't matter that I died. But yeah, I think that it might be on a timer, which is why the speedy shoes are there. Otherwise, I don't know what the point of them is. I mean, it could, maybe it's not on a timer and you don't actually need the speedy shoes, but don't know. Always check behind it, looks clear. Oh, look at that. Mumbo had a honeycomb piece for us. Let's check our totals here. How much of this crap do we have? How much are we missing? Okay, so we have all the notes, we have all the Jinjos, we're missing a honeycomb piece, a Cheeto page, and some Jiggies. Alright. I kind of wish, like, because like in the first game, once you got all the notes, they actually the model showed up and was like, hey, congratulations, you got all the notes out of this world. Alright. Yes, yes, here you go. Alright. Oh, crap. There we go. Alright, Mumbo, let's get this. Yeah, unfortunately, for some reason, they decided to make the camera like an actual physical object. So it can't go through walls and stuff, and it gets caught every once in a while. I mean, we may as well start here. Because, yeah, this is what we needed before we take the little trolley across the top. We did need to turn it on. Good. Power, the Saucer of Peril. Which you may recognize once we actually get to it to unlock it. Now, thankfully, none of this stuff is on a timer. Once he powers it by, you know, hitting it with lightning, it stays powered. But yeah, as you can see, there we go, Area 51 powered up. And it also powered up the Saucer of Peril. Which actually, the Saucer of Peril I don't think is even here, right? The Saucer of Peril is in... Yeah, the Saucer of Peril is in a different place. Oh yeah? Correct? What is that? There we go. I hate getting those when I only need one. I mean, technically, if you're fast enough, you can get it and just like immediately hit X, and it'll probably be on the next one. I mean, there's a chance that you'll hit X a little too fast, maybe, and you'll just end up with the same amount of health. But I mean, it's not that bad. Yeah, there's nothing there. Thankfully, those things, they can lead you with the coins, but they can't aim up or down with them, which is always nice. Let's see, this one. Okay, that's Inferno. That's where we came from, obviously. There was nothing to power there. I don't actually know if you can go in there with Mumbo, but the only reason I'm not going in there is because you don't get anything for doing it. But there's always a chance that you'll end up losing health. I mean, like, sometimes she heals you, sometimes she hurts you. I'm pretty sure there's time that most of the time she just basically does nothing. Now, you may notice that this one looks a little different than the last one because it's got that, like, glowy panel on the side. That will come into play when we come back here. But for the moment, it makes no difference. It doesn't stop him from powering it up at all. Now, this is probably one of the more annoying areas or things in this game, especially, or in this level. If you get far enough into the game to get the fall proof cheat, it's a non-issue. But as you can imagine, it does involve you climbing that. And like I said, I think we still have a Cheeto page that we can get. And if that's the case, that would give us enough to get another cheat, but I won't worry about getting that. But I won't worry about doing an in-between part, like I said, because that would be pretty much the only thing we could get. I mean, we could get that and turn in the honeycomb pieces, and that would be it. So it would be like a 2-minute fucking in-between piece. And depending on... Oh, and if you're wondering what that sign behind there says, I'm pretty sure that has something to do with the kids. I think that tells you... I don't know if it tells you where the kids are in your save, or if it just gives you the locations that they could be. But either way. I think that might be it now. Yeah, because there's the entrance, so that's all that we need Mumbo for. Outside Mumbo's skull. Now, we will need the van again. But we'll go and do a couple of Banjo things first. It's also weird that Mumbo lets this guy live in his house. It's just like this one random enemy that's there. I don't think that there's... Well, I mean, I guess there's that one that I'm thinking of, but I don't think that there's any other... Not that I can think of any way where... Oh, fuck. Where there's just like a straight up an enemy in Mumbo's house. Like, it's honestly really weird. Alright. So that's that. So now if we go to... I mean, I guess we can do it now since this is like the closest point to it anyway. Ugh. Like I said, I hate when you have to switch back and forth a bunch. There's something in my eye is like itchy as fuck for some reason. Alright. Last thing is the van. Now I'm pretty sure I can... Yeah. Good. I can use it. I wasn't sure. In one of the other levels, they don't let you use the warp pads while you're transformed. Where is... There it is. Hey, here to enter the Bone Jarring Dodgems challenge. Now you would think, right? Like you have to be the van to get here and to pay for this. They made you switch to Mumbo. and they made you do a bunch of transformations. Hey, now you just drive in as a van, right? Nope, you need to be Banjo and Kazooie. I mean, they very well could have made that, like, they could have altered it slightly and let you play as the band, just to give you, like, a little bit more of a reason to transform. But, I mean, I don't know how they would have managed it. I mean, I guess all they would have really had to do is just change around maybe what your opponents are, but, yeah, whatever. Anyway, we will now go and do probably the hard... Oh, right, that's for the other Cheeto pages. Probably the hardest challenge... maybe not in the game, but it's definitely the hardest challenge in this level. Which is just getting up top and not being hit by this. Wow, he can hit me while I'm not even climbing up. Wow. Alright. Like I said, this guy fucking sucks. He is, without a doubt, the worst enemy in this game, position-wise. Prick. Because there's not really, I don't think, a way to kill him beforehand, because obviously you can't kill him from the ground, because there's no way that he'll have spawned in. And I don't think you can, you might be able to angle something up there. But yeah, just walk slowly across the rope, because there you go. You'll want to hit the button. Because while technically you can just tightrope it all the way across, it's fairly worthless to do so. The only use that that has is it is the other way that I mentioned to get on top of the tent. Because you can't move once you stand on it and hit B. You can no longer move until you get to the other side. So you can't like ride this and jump off onto the tent. But if you go across the rope, obviously you can jump off, and it's technically easier, I think, because you can line it up fairly easily. So it is technically easier, but now I think there's just a button I need to hit over there, right? God, I hope so. No. Yeah. Oof, that was actually rather close. Just keep going. Don't worry about it. Just keep going. Don't worry about it. Just keep going. Drop. There we go. Yeah, there's a button. So that puts that there for if you fall down. I honestly don't know why. Because I don't think that you have a way to get up here besides taking the cable car. And with that one there, I mean, if you drop down to where that guy is, that lets you get up here. But that's it. If you fall any further than that, I mean... But in reality, there's no reason for you to fall further than that. But yeah, if you look, it's the box from the Fuel Depot in Glitter Gulch that we set up a couple parts ago. And that's what was inside of it. But yeah, this is definitely the hardest one to do in this level, and it is one of the harder ones to, oh right, I just need to jump on it. And it is one of the hardest one of the harder challenges in the game. Or one of the harder mini games, I guess. Just because, like, there's very, like, unless you have, like, an insane kind of, like, eidetic memory or photographic memory, same thing. I don't know why I said both. They're the same thing. But yeah, there's a first prize and a second prize, 400 and 500 points. And once again, just like everything else in this game, red is worth 1, blue is worth 3, green is worth 2. But yeah, you fly around and you do this. It's just a rail shooter, so like you don't have to worry about controlling anything other than your cursor, which is good. There is more than enough points to get 500. And like that there was basically what you would consider a tutorial. Most of your points will come from reds. Well, I guess no. Most of your points, like you'll get a lot of reds, but you need a huge amount of greens and blues. The more you can get of those, obviously, the better. If you can complete like an arc like that, that's obviously for the best. Oh god, I'm so bad. But then you end up with parts like this, where it like speeds you up quite a bit and does loops and like makes you go super fast. Obviously, that wasn't much of one, but there's some later. 181, I think, is pretty good for coming out of the Star Spinner. It takes you through quite a bit of the level. I missed both blues there. I hit, I think, everything except the blues. Where your cursor rests, like when you're not moving the button, will get you a few points. And it's generally for the best not to move it around like a huge amount. Ah, damn it. See, that right there is a good point to get a huge amount of points right there with all those blues. Oh god, I'm actually fucking, I feel like I'm crushing this, but it can very easily turn around or turn on me. I don't know why they don't let you go into the lava place, because I mean, obviously you need to have it unlocked in order to play this, because you need Mumbo. But I guess maybe while they were designing it, they didn't want you to do that. Like they just didn't want to put more in there or something. Maybe they even had stuff in there. But yeah, as long as you don't move it like you just basically don't want to push the stick fully. You want to just move it like a little bit, because that seems to get you the most. 412. So we've already got second place or second prize, which is the Cheeto page. Now I think that was the last area that we go into. So like the rest of our points have to come from like as we're making our way to the end, which shouldn't be too bad. Like I said, I still feel like we're doing pretty freaking good. Oh, damn, I still only got one. $466, come on. $478. Oh, $492, we just missed it. Oh my god. Well, we got second prize. So yeah, that's our last Cheeto page. Yeah, he got more prizes to give away. So to get the Jiggy, we need 500. I'm going to cut out from here until I get it, because even if it only takes me one more try, it's not going to be anything you haven't seen. So I'll cut out right here so you don't have to watch me do all that over again. There we go, 515. Only took me one more try. It's not bad. Like I said, that one's pretty difficult. Like you have, odds are if you added up every single one that's there, because I imagine theoretically you could hit every target if you move the stick just right. I'm obviously not going to attempt that, because that would be ridiculous. But I imagine if you added up every single target that's there, you probably have way more than 500 points you can get. But yeah, you don't have nearly as much wiggle room as you think, considering like some of the points there where they make you go super fast, you know, like those ones where they flip you upside down and they give you like the full set of blues. I mean, I managed to get 2 on the second one this time, but like I have no idea even if it would be possible. To get, like, I don't know if it would be possible to get all of them. So yeah, this is the Dodgem Dome. This is a lot harder when you're in multiplayer, and I guess the final round of this is a little bit harder as well, but all it is to collect the Twinklies, which you might remember as the lights that were being eaten in it, and you need to get points. Now, the reason why this is super easy is because it isn't a competition between you and him. It's just you have to get enough points, and he's going to try and ram you, and that's it. He doesn't actually pick anything up. He doesn't get in your way. He just follows behind you. It's super easy. As you see, 89 points. But there are 3 challenges, and each challenge does get a little bit harder. But only because all they do for each challenge is just add another enemy for you. But none of the enemies try and collect Twinklies in order to... I think if they run one over, it does disappear. But they don't strictly... But, like, they don't purposefully run over them, you know? It just happens to be if they're in the way. And yeah, the first round, as you saw, is an absolute joke. The second round, not much harder. I mean, obviously there's 2 of them, so you might get bumped a little bit more, because as they bump into each other, it makes them not be directly behind you. So they can technically trap you, or bump you out of the way of something. And then in the next round, obviously, there's going to be 3 enemies. And then when there's 3 enemies, it is a little bit harder. Some of it also depends on where the Twinklies spawn and which ones, because I'm pretty sure it's just random. I don't think that there's a specific order to the Twinkly colors that show up, and I don't think that it's like there. I got 69 points instead of 89. But I still feel like I collected probably just as many Twinklies. They just weren't as many blue or green ones as there was in the first game. But yeah, now that we have to face off with 3 enemies chasing us, it does get a little bit harder here. Because these guys, now that there's 3 of them, do pin you, or can pin you pretty good. But also, every time that you need, or every time they add an enemy, they also lower the amount of points you need. But yeah, now if they get stuck too much on each other, they will actually, like, as you saw that red one do there, just, like, really move, like, kind of, like, take a little circular path, or, like, the, black guy, I guess? I don't know, he has a black part, he has an orange helmet, I'm not sure which color would be more descriptive. But yeah, as you can see, they do. It's still not hard by any means, but like I said, they can screw you over. We've already cleared it. There might actually be, maybe it's this game. I think it might be the Bloom Burst, but maybe it is Dodgem's challenge where where there's an achievement or something for getting so many points. But either way, like I said, it's a joke. In the multiplayer version of that, obviously you have the person you're facing off against also going for Twinklies, so I mean, like, they'll steal Twinklies from you and everything. As viewer totals, okay, we have two Jiggies left that we can get. What are they? Ah, the Star Spinner. That's right. Ow! You frick. Well, I mean, the Star Spinner and the boss, obviously, was the other one. I knew that the boss was left, because I wanted to save the boss for last. So yeah, this is the Star Spinner. And now, you can do this. Oh, fuck off. Without the little trick, but maybe, if I can get on the fucking thing. So yeah, this is the Star Spinner, and this is all it is. It's just, it's a platforming challenge, but the platforms spin. And then we just go, haha. Come on, nope, nope, damn it. So as you see, it's not very hard. But the thing you can do, if you want to make it slightly easier. Oh my god, where the fuck did you come from? Good Christ. Is you can do this. Yeah, you'll have to pay for any damages. Now, I think that this is just partial, but as you can see, it slows everything down, like, a huge amount. Okay, as you saw, it's obviously not necessary. It is very doable to get this without doing that. The main thing is where you jump on this. You just want to jump on it where it's spinning towards the top so that it'll drag you up a little bit. You know. Now, as far as I know, there's not really a good way to get down from here, unless like you remember where all the stars are. Oof, which I clearly did not. Come here, buddy. I need more help. Alright, but anyway, yeah. So you can very easily do it without it. It does make it, or without breaking the machine. It is obviously easier if you break it, but as you saw, very doable as long as you don't screw up at the end. But yeah, that was all of the jiggies we can get now, so we may as well get the boss, because the only jiggy now that we're missing is, I want to make sure I'm full up on feathers. The only jiggy now that we're missing is the boss, or outside of the boss, the only jiggy we're missing is getting the kids back, but we can't do that until much later. Come to think of it, I don't think we can do that until the fucking dinosaur world either. Good God. That dinosaur world, apparently. It's important. So yeah, this is Conga. You may recognize him as the ape that was on top of the tree throwing oranges at us. Acrobats and a human cannonball. Well, they don't. Now, as you can imagine, in the level where you get airborne egg aiming and you walk into the boss arena and there's feathers and grenade eggs on the ground, I mean, doesn't look very comfy. No, it sure doesn't. It almost looks like it's the boss. It's weird because it makes it like, it looks like it has a low penis sometimes. Like, when you're at like the side angle. Or the front angle. There we go. So yeah, in case you missed that, Kazooie made a comment that Klungo was bigger than this guy, and so he made himself bigger. I don't think that was accurate anyway. I'm pretty sure this guy's still bigger than Klungo, or even when this guy was little, he was still bigger than Klungo was. Now, you don't strictly need grenade eggs to defeat him. I don't think so anyway. I'm pretty sure that you can pop hit, or you can, like, you need to hit the patches anyway. As you see, there's 12 patches on them, and once you pop all of them, you win. But my God, is that really not hitting them? And like I said, I'm pretty sure you can. There we go. I'm pretty sure you can pop them with any egg, but I think the grenade eggs will do it in one. But yeah, once you pop the first one, then he summons this thing, which will just pop out of the ground and punch you if you stay on the ground. Which I imagine was meant to make this harder for you. But in all honesty, it's not that hard to avoid. So you could, in theory, like I said, if you're fast enough, yeah, if you're fast enough, you could definitely still do it. Let's just do this, get some distance. And since we've already got the feathers cheat and put it in, we have... oh yeah, he also throws beach balls at you for some reason. But only when he's facing you. So like when you're going for the ones on back. Also, if you do the aerial charge, that will also pop them if you hit them. Now these ones on... I didn't actually mean to do that. Thankfully though, if you touch him, it doesn't hurt. Damn it, missed again. Really didn't want to get that close. There's another one. Oh, there's another one. Thankfully, once again, the homing eggs as well help with this. Um, oh, I think he's... Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. You can blow those out of the air. Oh. Oh, there's one. Come on, get the other one. Nice. Got him. Both. Awesome. Those ones are a little annoying, mainly because... well, basically the ones on the front are more annoying because then you also have to try and dodge like the balls that he's throwing at you. There's one. Okay, now I do need to land though. Damn it. No, get out of there. Drop. Frick. Yeah, we need the grenade eggs. But yeah, the balloons are kind of annoying. They're not like super hard to dodge or anything, but I never freaking manage it. Damn it! I blew myself up with that one. I really, really wish there was a way to like slow down. Like, I think this might actually be the only point. The only point in the game necessarily where like it would be useful to fly slower. Mainly because he is just so goddamn slow. But yeah, like I said, the homing eggs are a lifesaver on this. Like, not having them for this fight is so horrible. Damn it. Because thankfully, which they technically didn't have to do, they home in on the patches themselves and not just on him. But I guess if they homed in on him, then odds are you would, like, there would probably be like a specific point that they would home in on, in which case you would never be able to get the to pop some of the patches. But hey, we did it, thankfully. Let's see, how long did that take? Oh god, that did take over an hour. Damn. See, I was afraid of that for this level, because this level is a little bit longer with all of like the transforming and everything. But that was Witchyworld. Next up is Jolly Roger's Lagoon, also not a short level, honestly. Which is kind of annoying, in all honesty. But, I mean, maybe Jolly Rogers will have... I mean, maybe I'll just have to cut this in half. I mean, obviously you'll know if I did or not. But if I cut this one in half and then do Jolly Rogers... But if I am going to cut it in half, which I think I will... just because, like I said, we're already over an hour. And we do have a couple things we can do, but it's not enough to do in between parts, or like a video for in between. So we may as well just get it done now. Now that like the levels might start getting longer here, and it might end up being that instead of doing in between parts, is I just do it at the end of a part, and yeah, so as you see, it took away our fries and burgers. But that doesn't matter. We don't eat them for quite some time. So we'll go to the plateau first.